Come on, man. This is the laning phase is going to get out of hand, and it's that same deal where I'm just gyro mid. The Storm losing matchup. GPK
Just
Storm.
you wait. He's gonna kill that Timbersaw.
I'm leaving the panel. I'm going back to Owen. He speaks sense.
He actually has to do that, guys. He's not trying to. He's just trying to make himself look cool.
So you have more problems with this Ursa than all of the questionable, okay, they're going IO again, they're going Gyrocopter. It's, oh, hey, the game's already started. Hey, let's go over to the casters, shall we? As I'm sure we don't want to miss out on the early smoke action. So, Kyle and Owen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Cap. Yes, let's find out how things go down and if the Ursa does work out or not. As we heard, Brian obviously having his concerns. I mean, for you, Kyle, you don't have concerns? You think the Ursa's a perfectly fine pick here?
I think that they could have taken any of the heroes BSJ can play, and they would have been just fine, with the exception of possibly, I mean, even PL would have been all right. It's just that I think the opening and the Wisp limit ASM.GMB Gambit so much here. You look at the heroes, Axe, Tusk, Shadow Shaman, they set up their allies to deal damage. Wisp doesn't really deal that physical DPS, and a mid gyro I just haven't seen have too much success. I've got a lot of faith in my boy Noone. I just think there might have been better options. I don't think this hero will do enough for them from 15 minutes on and beyond.
Sure. I mean, the hero, of course, it did get buffed, but not in any sort of way that you feel is going to sort of change the outcome of a gyro versus Storm in the mid lane. Like the extra flat cannon, great for farming the fighting down the line, but the actual lane situation, you feel GPK's going to be able to have a good time in the matchup.
Yeah.
The battle begins.
It's just, I mean, you can even just compare the stats. Gyro, 48 plus 2 damage. Storm, 58 plus 2, 6 armor. Gyro, also 6 armor, sure, but he has to start with the Quelling Blade. That's how big this last hit disparity is.
We'll see. We'll see how well no one's able to play the lane into GPK, or GPK is able to easily out-farm him in the 1v1. Looking at some of the side lanes, any concerns for any of the heroes here on these matchups that we're seeing?
I think bottom can get real spooky. It is a Shadow Shaman, one of the better laning 4 positions, but Undying is just so scary in this sense. Just spam Q. I mean, you'll tank damage all day. You don't mind. Narrow than missing double decay. Oh, but one downside. Couriers get one shot. Seneko rolls high. 71 to 78 damage. It did just enough to kill a courier.
And then up on the top lane, we're going to see Dream have another slow start when it comes to hitting the creeps. But I mean, are they going to have kill potential like we saw last time? Dream was able to run away with a lot of kills in the lane.
No, I'd say this one's even worse. Right? I mean, Timbersaw, you relish this opportunity. As Brian was saying, you open with 2 strength heroes. I'm a Timbersaw. I'm going to eat your stats. You'll lose HP. At some point, you're going to hit level 3, and suddenly you don't die. There's just no chance. Save, however, he will die.
Positioned a little too aggressive.
Radiance.
Yeah, definitely able to do a lot of damage back towards Dream. Not enough to get there. Save going down and also losing his courier. So another couple of nice finds there for ASM.GMB Gambit on the top lane.
Just trying to make it challenging. This is what he did in the last game. Couple of feeds, but still made sure that DM had a decent start. Although I would like him to play a little safer. You just don't need to defend a Timbersaw the same way as you do have to die to defend a Venomancer. I think DM is perfectly capable of taking care of himself up top.
Seeing on the other lanes, the mid lane farm, pretty even so far between the two of them. Down bottom, Nightfall not being slowed down at the moment by Afterlife in this duo lane. As the Ursa's able to farm perfectly fine.
And so far, so good, though. The same deal as the previous game, ASM Gambit out to an early lead. But we'll see how they're able to utilize it as this game continues.
We'll see Afterlife actually giving Nightfall quite a bit of a chase here. Nightfall is able to pick up the Ring of the Help from the side, shoot Secret Shop, and he does still have the Fairy Fire. He's going to go for the TP out. He's still level 1 on Seneko. Any catch to put a stop to that. So he's back to the lane. And now with the Ring of Health, he's going to be a lot harder to try and
Dire
harass out of this
structures
area.
are fortified.
Cheeky there from Noone, glyphing the wave, making it so that GBK should miss some hits. Nope, he'll actually collect them all. He knows what he's doing. Noone does steal his rune, however. The flak change does make this mid gyro a lot more effective. Just, you know, 50% more flaks, level 1's pretty solid. But at the moment, VP out to a slight CS lead in effectively all of their lanes. And top, though, that's the one I'm real concerned about, because DM now, he can pretty much play alone. And you're not killing him. He went for the Soul Ring build, still has only used one tango in this lane. He's going to be able to 1v2 pretty soon.
We'll see bottom lane. Tombstone's going to get dropped down, but every time it's going to be that avenue for an escape with the TP.
Ooh, mid lane. GPK not 6 yet. Here comes Seneko.
What? He's under the tower, GPK. TP's coming in. A lot of damage with the rocket rush. It's not enough.
Oh, hell yes.
GPK actually able to get out, as they didn't quite have enough there with even with the level 3 rocket barrage. Couldn't quite bring him down.
Radiant are
That is so huge. They really wanted that kill. That would have got no 1-6. Then maybe you can even make another move once GPK TP's back when he wouldn't be 6. However, he's going to bait now. Ward placed by Seneko. I don't think he knows save is in the vicinity still. Maybe GPK's positioning, playing away from the rocket.
I mean, Seneko really wants to go, but
Oh, and
seems to be aware.
credit to save. He did change his build a bit. He skipped Hex first game, not again. Recognized, you know, maybe I should ensure I have that to stop this Tusk damage during his tag team. So he has the 1 death in lane instead of the 3.
We'll see that on the replay again, just how close it got. The fairy fire on GPK. Able to get out that last moment as the shackles came, the homing missile stun came to an end.
Radiant's bottom tower.
As so close. A right click away. I mean, less than a right click away with how low he got. Crucial time, though, to make sure it doesn't go down. And Farm continues to be an even trade. You know, all things said and done, the mid matchup, you know, no one has done very well as the Gyro. 35 for 8 against the 32 for 2. He's got a lot out of this, so no one has got a pretty solid game ahead of him as this Gyro that's had free farm in the mid lane, and of course that solo XP as well.
Save managed to stay away from
Get in onto GPK, so the damage this time round. Again, it's not quite enough.
Oh, he's going to hit 6 off just another creep.
I mean, 2 times now where they've got so close to bringing him down, and it's just not enough. GPK is able to live. That's got to be mildly frustrating there for AS Monaco Gambit.
That's putting it mildly, and that's just brutal. You need this Gyro to get ahead. It is not a good matchup as this game gets later. And GPK even grabbing the DD rune. Won't even check. Okay, he'll check for the bounty, but now he'll know Tusk has grabbed it. They're going to hunt him.
There we have it. Zip. Let's close in. Set up with the slow. I've got the stun. The first move here from GPK will warrant him a kill.
Got to be happy with that. Feeling very good. Bottom there. Here comes the rotation. Level 6 on Afterlife. Level 6 on the Gyrocopter. Nightfall, not super thrilled with how this lane has gone. Axe just continuing to pull the lane. He is free farming under tower, but now he's going to feel a bit spooked.
Not quite having his level 6 either, so. And they want to punish this. Nice jukes here from Nightfall. And he will show himself once again, but now TPs are coming in.
Cancelled. Whoa. Was that a misclick? I have no idea.
It was cancelled by choice. No one was in position to forcefully cancel the TP, so they decided to bail on Nightfall. I mean, he'll hit the 6, but with 4 heroes down here, he is looking very, very dead. Wow. They will manage to take him down. I mean, maybe the decision was made, even if you do throw another hero down there, unlikely you deal with the 4 of them.
It's an Undying with Tomb, though. I mean, someone else, I mean, I guess they don't want to bring DM out of there, but if DM TPs, that whole move is done for. But at the end of the day, you will lose an Undying or an Ursa, but they're not going to push. But now they'll bring the Timber. He has secured top tower. No more objective to be taken, so now you move out and take the lane most likely to be ganked into. That dive would not work. We're at DM bottom. What item is no one going? Drums. Okay, so this typical aggro gyro build. Treads into drums.
No, he's going to have good timing on it. Fits the pace of the game that he wants to play, as they are going to look for the fights here, Monaco Gambit, so they can brawl as much as they can, whilst the Ursa's is on that stage of the game where he's still on that long build-up of the first major farming item.
Yeah, this game is Afterlife's going to be going phase, rushing the blink. Okay, makes sense. This whole game comes down to, do you trust in Wisp, right? Because Virtus Pro's lineup is very straightforward. It lifted straight from EG's playbook. No armor stacks.
And with the overbearing magical damage, they've got DM. He's getting low, actually not low enough. He's able to get the chain off. And DM actually going to survive another sort of full bronze of the attack coming out from AS Monaco Gambit that isn't enough to get the core kill. It will find save. But, just struggling to find these cores. Couldn't kill the mid lane.
Yeah, be careful.
Storm off a few times. GPK now DM. He's healed up quite a bit.
What?
They've got enough damage this time round. As chasing it, they will find it.
Where is the Undying?
Is under attack.
Kingslayer, my man.
Oh, he
no
didn't
teleport.
have a TP.
No teleport. And this is what... Even if you die bottom, I actually think he had to just be in that area, right? Like, why isn't Undying here? This hero doesn't push waves. He fights. They are diving your tier 1s. They are killing your allies. Move.
Oh, it's definitely been a bit costly for VP down on that bottom lane. AS Monaco Gambit now a 2k lead with the moves that they've managed to make down there, taking the tower.
That's huge, and that really don't want that to happen. Because Timber, that's his space. That's where he wants to play. And he's far more effective if he's allowed to pressure the Gambit side of the map. You want him to die behind tier 1. Forcing 4 heroes to rotate, but that lack of tower now makes the map much less safe for Nightfall. And he's going to retreat to his own jungle.
How's that timing looking on Nightfall?
Yeah, through top 3 net worth, now all dire heroes.
He's sort of away from the Battle Fury. Once he has that, we'll have the opportunity to farm at a pace that will help catch up. Of course, Io and Gyro, they're still 2 heroes with excellent farming capabilities down to their abilities alone. It's the smoke up from VP. See if they can get a jump. It's a little tricky though, as there's Monaco Gambit up paired underneath the tier 1 tower.
I'm over here.
And GPK is going to try and make a move. Set things up onto Immersion, and they will burst him quickly, efficiently.
They got him. Houston, they have handled the problem. Everything dropped, including the tombstone. Yeah, that means the mid tower is almost certainly done for. You don't have a team fight right now to fight the tomb, which is the main reason I took issue with Kingslayer's movements, because his presence forces ASM Gambit to go somewhere else. Look at that stacking. Although that looks a little more impressive, I think, with the way we have that scaled. 3 stacks
Stupendous.
represented as a lot more impactful than 1.
A group effort there. All members of the team on AS Monaco Gambit doing their part to set up the jungle for Dream. And for Noone, I would imagine as well. He's probably taken some of the stacks.
Just thinking about it. Oh, GPK closing in on the Orchid, but not the Dream game by any means. I expected him to have a bit of a better start here. It was 101, 74 last hits, but 6th place in net worth.
Yeah, no one definitely coming out of the early game better than GPK was able to on his Storm. The mid gyro has worked very well so far. Even in sort of a game where there were those 2 situations where they did just miss out on a kill onto GPK. It didn't matter. No one's still ahead.
Yeah, blink on Axe. Be really careful here if you're VP. Oh, nice.
DM immediately checking out the situation. Making sure there's no chance for AS Monaco Gambit to get that jump. I said that the Afterlife still able to find a way over. As he's in, on the stage, they completed with the snowball, they close the gap in onto the line, jump on Nightfall as he's looking to try and turn the fight around. There's going to be a buyback from Save. GPK zips straight over towards Noah, but Noah's being tethered, healed up by Dream. He still get burst. Save's got the kill. Afterlife's back in with a 4-man call. but there just isn't the follow-up anymore from ASM.GMB. As it's a beautiful play getting the 4 of them, and there's no damage to follow up as the gyro's dead, the combo's already been used. ASM.GMB, they've got to back off as the buyback from safe will set up for VP to turn and get 2 kills in response.
Oh, and I was ready to, I mean, that's why you're the expert, because I almost started screaming about Seb. But yeah, there was no follow-up whatsoever. And the 4 heroes are like, oh, okay, that was cute. And they just kill 2 extra. You can see the initiation isn't bad, but it's away from the wards and the tower. And all of a sudden, once again, that tomb goes down. All attacks onto it. Yeah, sure, you take it out, but the damage is going onto the Timbersaw. That target doesn't die. All of a sudden, no one's in trouble. And we again look at this carry Wisp. What is his impact? Big taunt. But then, what? Tusk Rasta, we discussed it. There's no damage. All of these 4 heroes, it's a setup for damage, and no one is dead. And by that I mean no one. The Gyrocopter is dead.
It was. If he was alive, there would have been a completely different situation, but he'd already been dealt with in the kickback there from VP.
Timber with the hood and the arcane soul. Like, he's just so strong. He does not die. Orchid soon to be complete on Storm as well. He's running right back to base to grab it. And then it's go time. They cannot defend mid tower.
Middle tower has fallen.
But I imagine they're going to look to make a smoke move ASAP.
The Orchid done now on GPK.
Battle Fury on the Ursa. And to BSJ's credit, I do understand why he would have preferred a different hero, but ultimately, I think as long as the VP carry selection can scale, you're happy. And Battle Fury Ursa certainly will do so. You're forced to go fighting items on this gyro. It's just the nature of the draft, so Drums BKB will be the choice. But it's a very similar situation as the previous game. This is Storm Ursa going accelerating items. Timbersaw offlane compared to an X. Their damage output will be exponentially greater as this game continues. ASM.GMB, they need to just win every single fight from here on out. And with the Orchid reveal, this next one will be challenging.
Good move here, though, from ASM.GMB. Keeping themselves close together, knowing there's a high chance that VP were on the hunt. And in fact, looking to kick back at them as they're going to come in with their own smoke. ASM.GMB. Nightfall is pushing out top alone. If they can catch him on his way out here, as they've got a good read of his position. They're in with the jump, the follow-up Hex. They're going to have the lockdown, and there's no chance of anybody getting anywhere close to be able to give Nightfall a chance of getting out of there. So Kingslayer drop down the tombstone. VP are going to still try and fight back despite losing the Ursa. They've got the control and damage to take down Soneko.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Really nice tombstone positioning. If you get it into the pit, there's no chance Gyro can pick it off. But this time, Gambit wisely do not contest the area of the map that Virtus Pro are looking to turn and fight you in. It's, you know, anybody who's seen The Patriot should know, or The King. There's a lot of movies with the same concept. They send out the initial forces, fake the retreat, and the reinforcements are there, ready to kill you.
Did you just spoil those movies, or is that not a key part of the story? I don't know. I've not seen this one.
You haven't seen either?
No. Well, I don't need to now. You tell me the plot. In the jungle.
Did he finger him?
He did.
Save.
Oh, no, he didn't actually. No, he cancelled it. He held back after the initial animation.
Okay, credit.
And the temptation definitely would have been there for the stack, but you're right. You know, it's still level 1, very long cooldown. You've got to save when it's needed.
Pretty cool, though, because maybe you don't know. Maybe you're like, oh, I got fingered. And then you check your combat log. Or maybe you don't know how to do that. Like,
no, that's true. If you don't check the combat log there, they could be making the call that fingers down. You're right. No, these are professional players. I'm sure they look
You'd be surprised what professional players can get wrong.
Oh, we'll see. If they, maybe in the next fight they're going to get caught out by a surprise finger if they assume it's on cooldown. I mean, very risky to do. I guess you have a very small frame where the actual visual animation is out, but obviously the damage hasn't been done, so you can pull it back.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, think about it. There's a lot of people watching right now who are thinking to themselves, I've never left an Aegis after I killed Roshan. I've never had an item destroyed, but, you know, not everybody can say that. Not a lot of pros can say that. The Rosh is the play. Very easily done when Timber can tank it with the assistance of the Tomb, but you gotta be careful. If they fight into Tomb, it's tough. If you wait for it to fade, it's very Gambit favored. BKB reveal. No stacks on the Timber. Careful.
They're trying to get in on this. They'll make the jump afterlife here. They get the torn off. Russia's going to go down. So VP can VP pick it up in time? No, they can't. As AS.GMB, they're able to get the snatch. Afterlife picks it up on the axe. They've got the hex control onto Nightfall as they bring down the Ursa. It's 3 dead on VP. As AS.GMB get in at a perfect time. Afterlife able to taunt Nightfall, hold him in position, stop him from being able to pick it up.
Wow, I'm shocked that they didn't invest more resources. You know, this is the danger. Timber, because he didn't have stacks, didn't feel confident using his body to prevent the entrance into the pit. Thus, the axe is able to move forward, get the blink taunt. If Ursa gets Aegis there, I think that fight might go completely differently, but instead, Save is actually caught out. Again, because the Timber isn't able to properly zone. And the BKB reveal. Once Gyro moves forward, there's nothing you have on the side of Virtus Pro to stop a BKB Gyro. This is also your answer to the Tombstone. You know, we did discredit the pick in the draft, but ultimately, this is your hard counter to Undying. Tomb is not a real tool with this BKB Gyro. Just pop the flag, all zombies die.
Stupendous!
Ignore it effectively.
Noone's just having a brilliant game, and a game that you sort of assumed in the draft that you felt what GPK would be able to do more in the lane to just stop Noone from getting his momentum as early as he did.
Well, just thought he would do more in the game as well. He's been very quiet. His kill death isn't bad. 204, sure, but his net worth doesn't reflect the space I feel he's been given. A part of that could be, of course, that Ursa has been taking his top triangle for most of this game. But yeah, just thought we might see a little more progression. Not the ideal hero for team fighting, though, keep in mind. He wants to make moves like we're looking to see them set up bottom. Just find Seneko, get the Orchid off, easy kill. But this could be spooky. The whole lineup of Dire is approaching, and Save and GPK may bite off more than they can chew if they look to make this move. Blink ready online.
Spooky.
This is not going to well for them.
They're going to show themselves.
They scanned him.
They've scanned them. GPK's already out of there.
Radiant's
So
bottom
safe.
tower is
They'll
under
blink
attack.
away. They're not going to try and stick around longer than they need to. And
Are fortified.
it's a good job they didn't, as AS.GMB
top
comes
tower
searching
is
along the
under
tree
attack.
line after that scan. But he's away.
Radiant's bottom tower
So
is
this game,
under
it's all going to be about the initiation. So as VP, you need a BKB on your Ursa. That's going to be what you're waiting for. Wouldn't mind having one on the Storm as well. You initiate onto the Shadow Shaman or the Tusk, and preferably have a Tombstone already placed on high ground that spots the axe, prevents the blink in counter initiation.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Get a couple of pickoffs, clean up those supports with ease. Nice move here by Seneko. Trying to get a setup onto the Timber if he pushes this a little too far.
Oh, that's life!
Save. He's going to go for this. Over here now. They've got GPK close enough to zip in. Finger down. Zip. They're going to be able to bring him down. They will. They've dragged him back into the Remnant Hill fall. We'll see what AS.GMB can get in return. Save. It just evaporates there to the damage from the two of them.
I love that play from VP. Like, they just forced a full rotation to a dead part of the map. Meanwhile, Nightfall's been farming this entire time. Remember that gold lead? That was 4K a couple minutes ago. And all that's changed since then was VP losing a tier 2. But the XP gap, the gold gap, has closed little by little as they start to outfarm on the map. That Battle Fury is starting to pay dividends. BKB soon to be completed as well. And then the Ursa gets threatening.
Sure, because in these fights with the BKB up, AS.GMB, they're just not going to kill a BKB Ursa right now.
Radiant's middle tower is
They
under
can kite him a
attack.
bit, and that's going to be their choice, I would imagine. We shall see. No one going for the Sanjin Yasha next item. You can understand it might want more damage, but SMY is just such a great item with the status resist now. Gives Gyro everything that he wants. A little bit of damage, that survivability as they go.
Well, they're trying for the jump.
He's got BKB.
Then they go on to Noone, but the Snowball Stage's going to come out in time. Gives Noone the chance to get the BKB off as they roll straight over to wall save, take down the line. Shaman takes a full air return. And with the BKB and Enraged Pot Nightfall, he's having a run. He's having to use this to get away. DM's going to get back in there, but Nightfall, he's going to be cautious about how he initiates. With no BKB, no Enraged, still finds the opportunity to get in on top of Afterlife and Immersion, in fact. And now DM, he's actually moving over to push back Noone as well. No one's got to run. And
Whoa.
It looked like it was not going to go too great there for VP with Nightfall having to use the BKB in the ult quite early, but DM still able to just charge into the four of them.
The X factor is this Timbersaw. This is the true carry of this VP lineup. This BKB on Gyro starting to get lower. He doesn't die. The big disparity in this draft is that Axe, he's good for a blink taunt. That's it. That's his effectiveness in a team fight. That's all a setup, right? He's throwing the alley-oop. Timber provides the dunk. The damage output here, absurd. I'm really shocked. Like, where was Ursa in this fight, right? They get the kill onto Saneko off to the side.
It's early BKB, though.
And he pops in rage. He's like, oh, I got to get out of here. If he turns and fights
DM's
here,
just like, we're going in.
Yeah. Like, I don't think there was taunt available. That could have been even worse for Gambit. But, like, just look at the damage. Oh, my God. DM.
Gosh, a huge nightmare.
Is he chewing gum right now? He's just like, yo, look at his lips. Oh my God, that's terrifying. He wants a snack. And he sees quite a few on the enemy side.
He's definitely in the zone right now, DM. He's doing on the KDA 5, 1, and 4.
Now, BSJ, he's talking about playing with swagger. I mean, that is swagger personified right there. They didn't drop a single series in their group stage, right? Or did they lose to Navi and I'm crazy? I thought
the group stage, you mean last
7-0. Last league.
Oh, I believe they won every series, right?
Yeah. This is child's play for them. I think they'd be disappointed when they drop the map. DD bottled on the Ursa this next fight. They want to get him a blink dagger before it starts if possible. That'd be huge for them, but he's already back in base, so it won't happen. Or will? I like the choice to go blink instead of Sanjin Yasha. You already have another hero that can provide initiation for you with the Lion. You have the Storm. So you want this ability to go from a screen away, immediately, boom, all your heroes ready to rock and roll. DM, no stacks, got to be careful. But he doesn't mind being initiated upon.
Yeah, he's going to get the Lotus off in time. That's going to get the charge that you jump in over towards Snake on the backline. They get the stone control onto the Axe Afterlife. He's going to get Hex taken down as VP then found too. DM getting a little low. Star Appeal comes down. He's able to find the Timber Chain off to the side. DM, he's out of there. He'll live. And now the zip in for GPK. Use that last bit of mana to control the gyro, but the roll-in's there from Emergence straight over to GPK. And GPK Kingslayer fall.
Radiant structures.
And this Ursa just not having much fight impact whatsoever. Surprised GPK went back in there. Shout out to DM though. He perfectly found a path through those trees. Looked like he was what's the sport called where you're in that suit and you fly and it's really dangerous, but people still go through bridges and tunnels anyway? Wingsuiting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right through.
Yeah. And he's back in. He's going to go straight for them this time, though. As they get the jump on, no one's gone. As he's pushing in. He weren't ready for that at all. AS Monaco Gambit were not prepared for VP to punch back at them as they were just nonchalantly pushing down the mid lane. And now they're going to get Dream as well.
No, has the BKB. Gets the reveal.
They've not got anything to stop it. They have. No, so Dream will manage to BKB and save himself, but that's no one gone for a minute.
You can't afford to make mistakes like that against this kind of draft, though, Owen. That is huge.
Little freebie here for GPK by the looks of it.
Dyer's
That's what I say, that's Saneko. The play here. He's got the shackle.
Oh, no.
But them at least still dead.
It could have been cool. He was trying to get one more glimmer off, but unfortunately, GPK did so much damage that it was not possible. Shout out as well. Core players, take note. Buy your own dust. Don't ask me for it. Buy it yourself. Get some solo kills. Be a good Dota player.
We're safe.
Dyer's top tower
Cannot be safe.
No, he was chilling there. I mean, obviously we're relying too heavily on the shard upgrade of his mana drain. Feeling invincible with the spell immunity, but there's lots of ways to work around that spell immunity. Smoke up from AS Monaco Gambit. Look at his strike while save is down. So they're out of there. DM pushing out top.
Spidey Senses was right on top of a ward. Has his own shard. You see the flamethrower going off.
Just making sure that they themselves aren't caught by surprise here. And they know that AS Monaco Gambit's off the map looking for action.
But it's just so tough now. You can't really initiate on the Ursa anymore because of the BKB. right under a smoke or ward. They're gonna smoke. They saw them in the river.
Yeah, they should know that this is coming, Monaco Gambit, so they can prepare for this.
GPK, BKB prepared. This is a huge timing.
They're going to drop the wards. They're going to open down to DM already on the back lines. Nightfall's going to find the commitment onto Morstenako. As they jump straight away onto the Shaman, they'll bring him down. Now they turn over towards the Axe. Nightfall in, and with the burns from Save, they'll bring down the Axe. 2 buybacks immediately coming out from Monaco Gambit. They're going to look to try and turn this one around. Nightfall will fall. Jump from the onto the back line. They're starting to get the 2 of them. Catches Stream, catches no one. GPK is out of mana. DM still continues to fight. He's incredibly low HP, but they can't quite finish him off. He's still got the burst available. Afterlife finally able to find the dog to bring him down. No one up on the high ground will fall as Save brings him out. The cool Afterlife still alive. They can manage to control Kingslayer enough to keep Afterlife safe. And Immersion's back in. Gets the jump on to Save. And now Kingslayer, the last one left standing here for VP, looking to get slowly brought down. The Hex is out. Afterlife comes in for the finishing smash there as AS Monaco Gambit bring down the entirety of VP with some smart buybacks.
Yeah, they did lose 4, though. It looks a little deceiving, but do keep in mind that was on a double buyback required, so really a 4 for 5. Gold spent probably evens things out. The XP will go in ASM Gambit's favor. That fight really well executed by VP, but DM unfortunately just did not survive long enough to finish off those low HP heroes. He very narrowly could have just killed Immersion. I think if he Lotus Orbs himself, maybe that removes Battle Hunger in time to prevent the damage output, but either way, real close. Love the decision to go Solar Crest. Also, we talk about it. They don't have much damage. It's all about boosting up the gyro, so he's putting that on him nearly every fight. But I'm still a bit spooked. DM, that Shiva's coming up next. We have a very scary item to have to deal with. Nightfall also not really dealing too much damage, it feels like. Have not felt his presence. Has his own shard now.
The damage has really been down to DM and GPK getting the jump before the BKBs come out. A little harder to do that now though, with the butterfly complete on no one.
That's
nothing to fight through this evasion.
I was hoping we'd see that. That's a perfect item choice in this spot. Storm can't really itemize against it. He's too underfarmed to be thinking about a Bloodthorn anytime soon. And Ursa, you know, he already just committed to the Sange. MKB will not be in the cards for some time.
And now not only the gyro with evasion done, Halberd complete on Dream. So now got 2 cores.
Yeah.
That at this stage of the game are going to be very hard for VP to take down in these fights.
This is great itemization. Roche will still be the next contest. This one does have a shard. Kingslayer has no wards. They're going to spot the one up on that hill, but aren't able to take it down. So VP will be forced to take this fight under vision if they want to invade woods here.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, I gotta say, ASM Gambit looking pretty strong. I again point to the Storm net worth. Just doesn't feel like GPK. His scoreline is deceiving. He's 6-2 and 11, but it feels like one of those games that Storm just didn't have any space. Very odd.
Every single move's having to be made into the entirety of ASM Gambit. It seems as step into the pit, drop down the wards. VP, can they time the jump? Roshan's falling. They're going to try and get it on the back lines. Found Immersion, they're able to burst him with the finger. Immersion goes down, buys back straight away. They do not want to give up this Roshan, ASM Gambit.
They might have to. They blew the BKB for the buyback. That's a solo play right there.
And Savey tries to jump in to get the steal. He's not going to be able to find it. They did, however, get the kill with the Chakram from DM.
That's sick.
So something there for VP.
A lot of XP. But I'd really like to see them for future fights, you know, Timber players. Tell your team not to kill that camp. DM consistently is taking these fights with no stacks because he isn't able to tank creeps in the jungle before the engagement. And they've lost save, and there's an Aegis on the enemy side. So yeah, go straight to the high ground. So much sustain now, plus the evasion. No one will just smack this tower. Forces the glyph, but I don't think they're going anywhere here.
I was just saying, with this butterfly gyro, Halberd, Io, very hard to fight these cores right now. what VP's got in.
Radiant's
Tier 3
middle
down.
has fallen.
Gonna have to make a jump soon. Okay. Whoa, straight into a stun! Oh, immediately gets caught there as he zips in.
That's the
What got him? Did it? Was he straight to a missile? No,
Under attack.
either way, he zipped in and he was caught out straight away. They're gonna buy back there on the two of them, DM and GPK.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Was it
attack.
a? It wasn't a pre-click hex. No, was it a?
It was the tether. Oh, right from the eye. The tether stun got him. It tripped him up, and now he's coming in with the buyback. Zips in. Then with the BKB, they're going to grab an emerge and they'll bring down the tusk. Save will fall though, and again, BKB from Nightfall having to be used to back off.
Is under attack.
He's on the back. They've got the control on DM. DM needs help. He needs it soon. The Lotus is out, but the Dunk's there. It's DM dieback. Out for 90 seconds.
Dire's bottom
I think that's all she wrote, Owen. I mean, that's just it. I mean, they hit the timing. The Paladin Sword 2 for the extra read. You're not killing them. As you said, double evasion against zero methods of piercing it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And the BKB timing for VP, it was solid, but Afterlife, you know, he's always there to peel when necessary. That's 2 racks.
Radiant's top tower.
ASM.GMB, they're going to sweep around, look for a third.
They just can't kill these cores right now. The Satanic done on no one. He's not going to die. She's still on Dream. These heroes, they just don't die. You can throw everything that you've got at them
Radiant's top tower
on VP's lineup. And down 15k, you've got to catch them completely on their own with the full lineup of your squad. Otherwise, there's just no chance of killing these heroes in a fight.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Survivability seems to be the name of the game. Thought VP's cores would be too tanky, but it turns out it's ASM.GMB.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Just indestructible.
Radiant's top tower
Let's
is
look
under
at
attack.
get him from behind, but I don't know if this is going to work.
Structures are fortified.
Safe, pretty far away from the base there. He has got a TP, so if he wants to rejoin the effort from the high ground, he can do so. Basher done on Nightfall, so a little bit of control, but still the damage is the big issue.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Just getting Megas here.
Nightfall's going in. The Hex off in the fingers straight away. The focusing down. Dream can they bring down the sound time? They drag it back. They've got the swipes building up. The cheese is off. Dream back up to full HP. They turn. DM's down. Save as well. GG. Game over. As ASM.GMB will take this second game. And, I mean, you got to be honest. It looks like Brian was indeed right. This Ursa pick